Sharp to the right, there, start there, don't hold. 10, 9, 8,
Ja sam Vladan, ja sam bitni, on je meni.
Just made it to the first aid station. Sun has risen, kinda overcast, which I appreciate. You see the aid station way down there. Gnarly bit of single track right now. About 8.5 miles in. So far so good. Let's hope it stays that way. Alright, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm attempting for the second time to run more than 200 miles. Today I'm at the Moab 240, which is 240 mile loop in the Moab area between Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park, and it's got about 30,000 feet of vert. The weather forecast calls for severe thunderstorms and snow, so they've got us running the snow route after about 1 mile, 150, so that should be interesting. Alright, a little slick rock running. We got a light drizzle going on. Hopefully that's how it'll stay and not get much worse. But it is what it is. Interesting. This rolled my left ankle for a change. Fucking amazing. All right, just got through the second checkpoint. And now, whoops, it's getting a bit technical and muddy. That drizzle turned into kind of a light, steady rain. So I'm about to put that camera up because I'm going to need my hands. Check this out. Skipped a checkpoint, I guess, on an update because I couldn't find my GoPro inside my bag. I just came through Lockhart H2O, just a water stop at mile 37.5, and now we've got a 20-mile stretch without any support. So I just loaded up my hydration bladder and my bottles, and now we got 20 miles to mile 57-ish, 56, 57, 58, somewhere in there, to Oasis. I think that's the 5th checkpoint. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it should be the 5th checkpoint. So anyway, I'm still on course and it's still raining. I am feeling much better than I expected, but it's still a long day. But it's slowly turning into a mud pit, some other trail. Of course, we got four-wheelers out here as well, so that adds to it. But it is beautiful. All right, another update later. All right, quick update. I spent 6.5 hours at the last aid station, determined not to continue, but I figured I'd make another 15 and see what happens. That's it, no more commitment than that, 15 miles at a time. I wasn't having fun. If I have some fun today, I'll keep going. If not, we'll see. But it is a beautiful sunrise. We got a little bit of a road section here for the first time. More to come later. All right, I made it to the next checkpoint, mile 86, 87. Now on the next section to another 15 miles. Beautiful scenery. I'm feeling okay at the moment, but feet are still an issue. I got them taped up and hoping they'll make it for a few miles, but I am definitely following the ultra mantra of one aid station at a time. That's the only way there's any chance of me completing this. Those 6.5 hours at the last aid station were just spent deciding if I'm going to keep going or not, which is really stupid. But honestly, if there had been a ride there for me to catch, then I would have taken the ride and I would have called it. So as it stands, I'm still out here chasing that elusive 200+ mile finish, and I'll try to remember to keep updating and see how this goes, and hopefully share some more of these pretty incredible views. I left aid station at mile 101, I think Bridger or Jack or something like that, about an hour ago. And now we've got this long ass section, to Shea Mountain aid station, which obviously is at the top of Shea Mountain. As I'm talking, I'm getting off trail. And I've linked up with Mark, who's taking a bathroom break right now. So I've got a minute to give a quick update. We're, let's see, 35 and a half hours in. 1 mile 103, 104 maybe, and lots of miles to go. This is eventually will be a major climb to Shea Mountain. Gets really cold up there, so we're prepared. We've got our down puffy jackets and gloves and all that good stuff. We won't need it for the actual climb because it is straight up, no switchbacks. I think 3,500 or 4,500 feet of climb, something like that. I really didn't pay close attention. I'm just going section by section and see what happens. We still got about an hour's worth of daylight if we're lucky, and the sun is obviously behind me right now, and it's going to take us down first, then we're going to run at the bottom for a little bit, and then we start this massive climb up Shea Mountain that everyone talks about. So probably going to be the worst part of the course, but still only takes you to mile 121, so the halfway point, if you will, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, there's that. So more updates to follow later. Now, I forgot to mention that the last checkpoint was mile 121, and I'm thinking I'm at about 128 right now, 129 maybe, if I'm lucky, 7:30, and I don't know if you can see it very well, the mountains in the distance. I kind of want to say that's the La Salle mountain range that we're actually running to, which is kind of scary because they're a long effing ways away, and that means I got to cover that ground to actually get there. So I'm pretty sure it is the La Salle mountain range, because of it starting to snow tomorrow night. Surprise, surprise. We are taking the snow reroute, which means we're staying at low elevations because wind gusts are extreme at higher altitude, and snow and ice. So they're rerouting us. I think it's a slightly longer distance. Actually, this possibly the same amount of earth, but at a much lower altitude. So anyway, that's an update, and hopefully my next update will be when I reach, well, after I get through the next checkpoint, which is probably at least another 10 miles, unfortunately. So 3 hours, not really moving very fast right now, just trying to stay loose and, you know, not sweat too much. I already shed one layer now that that we're getting to a lower altitude, but don't really want to get that wet. I'm gonna need this puffy jacket dry for tonight when we get snow. So anyway, another update to follow later. All right, still in this section, but making my way slowly but surely to mile 140, I think, which is the Dry Creek aid station. Looking forward to some warm breakfast food of some sort. And there they loom in the distance, the La Salles. Okay, another minor update. Still haven't made it to Dry Creek aid station. Feeling pretty good. Walking right now. I did a pretty good bit of running back there. Again, see the La Salles at the horizon. Sun is up. Honestly, there's no cloud in the sky, which worries me a little bit for what's to come today. So I'm gonna have to pay attention, and unfortunately I'm still trying to figure out what I'm trying to get done before I take a nap tonight. And if it's hot, I definitely won't be able to cover as much ground as I'd like to. Either way, I won't be able to cover as much ground as I'd like to, but you know, that's, I guess, the problem with 200 milers. You always have to adjust. Thankfully, I only had some basic plans. Really wanted to be done Monday night. I still see there's a slight chance, but it all depends on how today shakes out and where I end up with mileage wise by whenever I stop. Do I run to midnight? Do I run till 4 a.m.? I just don't know yet. And with the snow coming in tonight, makes it even more challenging. So I'll have to wait and see what I can do today, because obviously if I want to finish by midnight on Monday, whatever I don't do today, I gotta get done tomorrow. So we'll see. If that doesn't work out, then so be it. Still, the goal is to finish, so I can get this monkey off my back and move on to other challenges after an appropriate break, of course. Good morning. It is Monday morning, and we just left the Pole Canyon aid station. Had to take much more time there than we wanted to, but this section is almost a marathon after a reroute, which is not what we expected. And to be honest, we kind of stayed in that warming tent a little longer than we intended, just because to me at least, that sizable chunk we have to tackle now was really not what I was hoping for. So anyway, we gotta get it done one step at a time. Obviously it's taken me a bit longer than I had originally planned, but we're still moving. Thankful for Jay to be out here and pacing me and keeping me awake. So hopefully we can knock out this section, and I'll do another update later. Yeah, buddy! That's the pacer. Good job, dude. I'm proud of you, man. Big. Good work. Good work.
We take that. Unless you're leaning on it.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you. That's your done. Thanks.